You guys ready to become some Roblox developers? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. What up, Lumo Nation? It's your boy Lumo. I know y'all like, dang, the camera quality mad clear.
Nope.
Yeah, bro. I got a camera with a tripod. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks for my job. I was trying to record. I just couldn't find the motivation to do it. So I just made a quick 5-minute video yesterday. And I uploaded it. And surprisingly, you guys surpassed the amount of likes I asked for. So in this video, I'm gonna just ask for 10 likes.
Bruh.
We can do 10 likes. Y'all got it. Y'all gonna prove me wrong every time. But anyway, let's get into the video. Quick note, guys, I do have a Discord. I'd appreciate it if you joined, because I know you want to. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm gonna sit here till you join too. Join now. Alright guys, first things first, to become a Roblox developer, you're gonna open up Studio. You're gonna make a place. Now, since we already are inside our place, this is gonna be known as your world. Whatever you wanna make, whatever game you're deciding on making, this is where it starts. On a blank faceplate.
Oh my god! Wow!
Now, few tools we have here are select, move, scale, rotate, and transform. Now, select is your basic select. You know, you pick a part, you can move it around. Move, you have these arrows right here. Now, these arrows, you can move them in any direction. Even if you click on the block, you can move it anywhere. Scale, you could expand the part to make it bigger, or you could shrink the part to make it smaller. Rotate is pretty self-explanatory. You could rotate your tool and your part. You could rotate on the y-axis, x-axis, and combined you could make it like diagonal per se. Here, transform is kind of like a jack of all trades. So you could move it, you could scale it, you could rotate it. Now, in the top bar, you have your geometric tool, which I'm not really sure because I don't really use it. You have your stud increments. So like if you put 10 right here, this is basically like the move increment. And then you click move, it'll move in 10 studs. So it's gonna move every 10 studs. Now, if you do your rotate to like 90, it's gonna rotate it 90 degrees. And to kind of like bypass whatever you have here, you could hold shift and then you could just rotate it if you want a more precise building. But be careful with the rotate, because if you want stuff to align, you have to do it very precisely. In the middle of your top bar, you have your part, where you could select a handful of parts and you could, easily click it and it's gonna spawn the part. Here's your terrain tool, which we won't get into today because it's its own like little feature. But it's very useful if you want to create like a realistic type of game. Your character, which is it's basically gonna create a rig that you could animate or just use as an NPC or a scale tool to make your door frames. You have your GUI, your script, and your import. Now, importing is like if you were to make something in Blender and then you wanted to import it into Roblox. We're not going to get into that today though. You have your material tool, which will basically give you a handful of materials that you could choose from, or you could generate a new material with the AI tool Roblox provides. On your right hand side, you have your workspace. Now, anything in the workspace is basically anything that you'll see in your world. So like any object, so let's say we make a part, it's gonna come to workspace. Then you have your players, which will show like all the players in the game, your lighting, which will control your lighting settings, your material service, which is if you chose to use like a PBR material pack where you upload textures to Roblox, you'll basically go through the material service. Your replicated first, your replicated storage, server script service, your server storage, your starter GUI, your starter pack, your starter player, your teams, and your sound service. Oh, and your text chat service. Those we won't be getting into today. We'll just be focusing on the workspace. So yeah, that's basically really it for to learn how to use Studio. So like, if you wanted to make whatchamacallit, a floor, for example, you could make your part, you could scale it. A lot of people don't know this, but you're supposed to anchor all your parts. Not all of it, but like parts that you don't want to move. So this is already anchored, meaning if I hit test and I choose to test it, I can't move this part at all. No matter what I do, it's gonna stay right there. But if it's unanchored, I'm gonna just put it in run mode with it unanchored. And we're just gonna move this up. So if you hit run, it's gonna fall. It's gonna have physics applied to it. So we're gonna do that again. When it's anchored, it's not gonna fall. See? But then when it's unanchored, it's gonna fall. The majority of the time, if you're building like a house or something, you wanna make sure that majority of that build is anchored so that it can't be moved around, unless that part is supposed to move around. So as I was saying, if you wanted to make a floor, you would have it anchored and you would have a part right here. And let's just give it a random material like wood. Now it has a wood material applied to it. You could change the color of it. And boom. You have a floor that you could run on and it won't move. Another thing to note is the can collide function. So when something can collide, you could hit it. If you have it enabled, you could hit it. As you can see, like my character, he goes up when he touches this part because it has collision applied to it. But if there's no can collide, if you have that setting disabled, and you try to go on that part, you'll go through it. If you wanted to make walls or something, you would have can collide on so the player can't run through it. Unless you want to make like a invisible door, for example. Like some people, they make groups and they only have group only doors. You could turn can collide off and script it so that, well, you would enable can collide. And then when the player touches it, it's going to check if they're in the group. And then when they're in the group, it's going to turn the can collide off so the player could go through it. So yeah, that's basically it for trying to learn Studio.